Back with No Frills Hi-Fi. Got another cable from SKW. This is a power cable. This is a C15 power cable. C15 is the connector. I'll show you that in a minute. But basically, this is just a really high quality power cable. Clean power without interference means quite a bit in an audio system, especially if you're going analog or listening to vinyl, something that, picks up every little nuance. Talking while I'm making noise. So it's really important to have clean power. Not any kind of interference. If you're like me and cable management is not first priority, you got cables laying everywhere. That can be a big interference, but a cable like this will certainly help. There's no real substitute for cable management in my main system. I do manage cables pretty well, but in my test stuff that I do videos on, of course, I'm changing stuff constantly, so it looks pretty bad. But at any rate, if you're looking for something a little bit cleaner power, trying to minimize noise or hum as much as you can, this would certainly be a good choice. This is a 3-meter cable, 3 meters long. It's about $190 on Amazon. I can tell you this is a really heavy duty cable. I mean, this looks like something you'd plug in an RV with. The connector that I was talking about right here, that is a C15. There's also a C13 that doesn't have this little notch right here. Really, the difference is the C15 is higher temperature. I believe it's about 120 degrees Celsius that it's rated to, whereas the C13 is rated to about 70 degrees Celsius. So this can take a much higher temperature than the standard C13. To my knowledge, I don't think SKW even makes a C13. They make a C15. The reason for that is these are reverse compatible, so I can use this on any amp or speaker or whatever that uses a C13 plug. You can also use the C15, and typically they're going to be shielded a little better. They're going to be a little bit less susceptible to that RF interference because of that shielding. And of course, they're more durable. They're going to take the heat a little bit better. They're going to, take the abuse a little bit better. I would still, recommend cable management, of course, but this is definitely, along with that, is a really good way of limiting, limiting that RF interference. Also, I will say with power cables, it's important to get the right length. You don't want a bunch of extra cable, really with any cable, but especially with a power cable. You want the shortest power cable you can get by with. That's because, of course, it's just less heat, less resistance on the cable there. So, make sure you measure everything really well. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, well, I always get the longest one that I can get because I can always use it for other stuff later. I get that, but that's not always a really good idea with cables. You always want to get the correct size, just because, extra cable is just more resistance. It's more chance for RF interference. That's more clutter. So these I got specifically for some powered speakers that I'm looking at using, and for an amp. So I got 2 of these actually, and I got the same size for both. But size is important, length is important. But I can tell you just by looking at it, I mean, these cables are really, really nice. The finish on the ends here is really nice. They're a really nice braided cable. They match the other cables that I've got for speaker wires and RCA cables and XLRs. So it's kind of nice to have everything matching. I know it doesn't make any difference in the sound, but aesthetics are nice. But yeah, check it out on Amazon. Like I said, this one is the C15 power cable. They've got all different sizes. This size, the 3 meter is about $190. But yeah, check us out. Check us out our other videos, and yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe so I can keep getting more cool cables like this. Appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next video.